All right, let's begin with the AM news. And Majority Leader Mahama Yariga is making a desperate appeal to the Asantehene Otumfuo Setitu II to expedite action on the Boko peace talks after tensions in the conflict-torn enclave continue to claim lives. At least 6 persons have been killed in Boko, allegedly by military operatives who were conducting an operation in the area. Speaking at a news conference in Parliament, the Majority Leader called on the Asantehene to help restore calm.
For where he has reached, what he has done, he's the only person who can tell publicly what he has done, where he has reached, and you can assess the performance at that level. Ours is, we are appealing to him, to expedite action. And we know it's a complicated matter, but we all have confidence in him and his ability to bring an end to the situation. And the earlier, the better for all of us. And that is why the MPs are appealing to him to expedite action.
Meanwhile, the majority in Parliament have confirmed that 6 persons were killed and more than 20 others injured by the military during an operation in Boko on Sunday. Lydia Akamvariba is MP for Tempani.
Afternoon of Sunday, 13 July 2025, ostensibly in response to an attack by unknown gunmen on a vehicle under military escort, the military personnel in Boko went on rampage and murdered 6 people, maimed more than 20 others, and caused huge destruction to the property of citizens in Boko. Some of them looted the shops of the people and made away with huge sums of money. What was the point in the destruction of the statue of our overlord? What security threat did the statue pose, and what threat does the destruction solve? It takes an act as such to insult to the Kusal people and to reject same.
Well, away from that, artisanal fishermen in Elmina are pushing back against industrial trawlers, accusing them of encroaching on the 15 to 30 nautical mile zone, which they say offer safer conditions and better catches than the heavily exploited 6 nautical mile zone. According to the fishermen, although Parliament has already passed legislation reserving the 15 to 30 nautical mile, industrial trawlers are challenging the law, urging government to amend it. They are appealing to the government, the Fisheries Ministry, parliamentarians, and the Fisheries Commission to consider the huge number of small-scale fishers and maintain the existing law.
Yawo Ghana, yawo industrial trawlers, and yawo local artisanal fishermen.
We have industrial trawlers and local artisanal fishermen in Ghana. Initially, we only covered 6 nautical miles when fishing, which is equivalent to 15 miles. But recently, we had a meeting with government where we discussed how industrial trawlers encroach the mileage of us artisanal fishermen, which doesn't help us.
Oye boat akase no wiya won ho ba baby a oye artisan fishermen wo ye adwuma no obandam so a omboa hen efadom no ye adwuma ye den yelizi.
The Fisheries Commission decided to increase it from the 15 to 30 nautical miles, which is equivalent to 6 to 12 nautical miles.
100 out of 10, 90. It's 90%, no. Yeah, interest in there. Government obey yardina 15, no that 30. It is from 6 to 12 and you support abano yagitum and kwafune sambiara what about to biara onyane kwa.
90% of us fisher folks are interested in this increase and support it. If government considers what the industrial trawlers want, they will intrude in the areas of artisanal fishermen, and that will lead to chaos and affect the peace in the country.
The Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts and the Minister, Abla Jifa Gomashi, has pledged to intervene in Ghana's struggling car rental sector. The Car Rental Association of Ghana says the industry, which plays a vital role in tourism, is deteriorating and in urgent need of government support. There's more in this report.
Following a recent report by the tourism industry indicating that most tourists visiting Ghana have raised concerns about services such as accommodation, transportation and the cost of food, the Car Rental Association of Ghana has also expressed dissatisfaction with the poor state of the sector. Addressing their concerns to the tourism minister, the president of the association, Michael Sapon, described the current state of the industry as one facing an operational deficit.
The current state of our Ghana car rental sector stands at a critical juncture. Strategic modernization can boost tourism, safety and economic growth. The sector has faced operational deficiencies, weak regulations, fraud and unsafe vehicles, poor driving standard, high accident rates, outdated polluting fleets, and also fraud risk.
The president also outlined key interventions they are requesting from the ministry to boost the sector, with particular emphasis on introducing import duty waivers for electric vehicles.
We realize that the whole world is changing to green world, and Ghana cannot be exempt. So being the car renter of Ghana, we tend to drive the tourists around the country. And most of the tourists who comes to this country, most of them are using electric cars in their countries, and they prefer to come here and use electric cars here.
In response, Sector Minister Jifa Gomashi assured that she will work closely with all relevant agencies to tackle the challenges facing the sector and find lasting solutions.
On the matter of the e-vehicle, I don't know how it's going to be done, but I will write to the Minister for Transport and ask what they are doing in that space. You mentioned also that ID cards, certification, and all of that. This will fall in the lap of GTA, I think, and also National Identification Authority. I will urge Chief Director that we take that up and find out how this can be done to assist them. And of course, DVLA. DVLA has a huge role to play in this.
With assurance from the minister, the Car Rental Association of Ghana remains hopeful of meaningful reforms and a robust improvement in the sector. For Joy News, Maxwell and Majid's report, read to you.
Away from that, President John Dramani Mahama has ordered the immediate arrest and prosecution of individuals posing as members of anti-Galamsey task force who reportedly are extorting money from legitimate small-scale mining companies. Speaking during his thank you tour of the Western North region, President Mahama described illegal mining as a national emergency, warning that criminal elements hiding behind state operations will not be tolerated.
But we are alarmed by the environmental destruction that is reported across Awaso, Dadieso, and Sefia and Rianso, mainly due to illegal mining. I must be honest, this is a national emergency. The National Task Force will continue its efforts to halt illegal mining in our forest reserves and on our water bodies. I've also noted the activities of illegal anti-Galamsey task forces that go around extorting money from legitimate small-scale mining companies. I've requested that the authorities arrest and prosecute any individuals involved in this illegal anti-Galamsey activity. In addition, we are establishing a forward operating base of the Ghana Armed Forces in Ponikrum, as requested by Nananum, to respond swiftly to security threats and border-related crimes. Peace is a precondition for development.
The president also reiterated his government's commitment to ensure that cocoa farmers receive at least 70% of the world market price, stressing the need to reward farmers fairly for their hard work and contribution to the economy.
And so let me be clear today, we will ensure our commitment to pay our farmers 70% of the world market price of cocoa. The sweat of our cocoa farmers deserves dignity and a fair reward. We've also restructured the cocoa rehabilitation program, especially in Bia and Dwabosu areas, where swollen shoots and old trees have drastically reduced cocoa yields. Under the new leadership of the Ghana Cocoa Board, they will prioritize the distribution of improved seeds, regular extension support, and proper compensation for rehabilitated cocoa farms.
Let's do some NSMQ stories. Two schools have pulled out of the Northern Regional qualifiers, one grieving the tragic loss of a contestant and the other reportedly unwilling to face zonal champions, Ghana SHS. But the real twist came from Kalpohene SHS, who defied the odds and stunned Ghana SHS in a tense showdown. Collins Frimpong was there and has more in this report.
The school many feared, forcing Tamale SHS to withdraw from their contest and Tamale Girls SHS to decline competing them fell short to Kalpohene by 2 points. Kalpohene came through the back door after they secured 30 points in their contest as the school with the highest points after Tamale Girls SHS in yesterday's contest. Ghana SHS's painful defeat means they will miss the national championship for the first time in their history, while Kalpohene returns after 2 years of missing out.
Very great. Very great. The guys thought they could have slaughtered us, but my friend, we are not here to joke. Look at my face. Like I could have killed a lot of people. Yesterday, you people had 30 points, you couldn't qualify. Yesterday's contest was mismanagement. We did it. We went into the contest, but we made a mistake. But today, we came and showed them the true actual being of being a Kaliskan. Yes. Kaliskans, we are not here to joke. Discipline and hard work. Ghana school, where are they?
This opportunity because we have. Were
you afraid? Were you afraid when you heard that you are going to compete Ghana Senior High?
A little bit, because we know them. We know them a little bit. We're a little bit afraid, but by the grace of God, we have done it.
Yendi SHS, through an intense emotional battle, secured the next available spot over Savlugu SHS with just a point.
I'm crying because of what the way they lead us at first. Lead them for round 1 and round 2. So when it gets to the 2 of us, they got ahead of us.
Winning the whole contest, and this is not the first time that your school is making it. They've been there. Last year they were there. So it feels like qualifying is not something special that warrants you crying.
I don't know. I myself don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying, seriously.
Right. The last contest for the Northern region had Toulon, Tamale Presbyterian SHS and Business SHS, with Business SHS successfully taking a revenge on Toulon.
We actually came for a revenge because what they did to us last year we weren't happy with it. So we said we came here today purposely to disgrace them. Yeah.
Which school?
Toulon. Last year they defeated us by 1 point, so we came this year just as a revenge. So we proved them, and we pray that next year we meet them again, and we do the same to them.
Because last year, Toulon Senior High School beat us with just a point, and even at the end of the contest, they didn't even knew that they won the team. That was the most surprising thing. That day, only God knew our sorrow, and we are back to take revenge on them on this very day. Oh Allah, we are forever grateful.
Reporting for Joy News, I am Collins Frimpong. Reporting for Joy News.
Well, a school with no general science course has defied the odds to make history. Accra SHTS, after 3 failed attempts, has finally qualified for both the Eastern Regional and National Championship of the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz. First in the school's history. Adibia Sari has been there and has this story.
9 meters per second square. No.
Day 2 of the 2025 National Science and Maths Quiz Eastern Regional Qualifiers saw 20 schools fiercely contesting for a place in the next stage, but only 7 could make it. Across Senior High Technical School, a school that does not even read general science, made history today by winning their contest and qualifying for the next stage.
We did not expect this at all. In fact, I'm so surprised. I'm short of words.
A purely technical school, we don't even offer science officially as a program. We don't. It's just a headmaster who came in and told us that we need to participate in the maths and science quiz. So how do we start? We don't have science students in the first place. So in our first content, our first participation in the regionals, we have to use 1 tech and 1 home economics student. You see that? So subsequent to that, we decided that when the Form 1s come, we'll go to the classrooms, ask the Form 1s who will be interested in maths and science quiz. So we get those students, put them in their grade class, and then we start training them in the science electives.
Earlier in the day, Oforipeni and Yilo Krobo gave fans a tight contest. Opas, represented by a set of twins, led in the first round, only to be overtaken by Yilo Krobo in subsequent rounds, who emerged winners with 47 points. Oforipeni has, however, qualified with 41 points. Gotia Presby also qualified after defeating St. Rose's and have a message for their opponents.
My boys here are overexcited. I'm also overexcited. Yes. Be expecting more from us. Be expecting more from us.
In contest 3, only 1 school made it through, and that's Kwewutafo SHS. They dominated in all 4 rounds and emerged winner, qualifying to the regional and national championship. The final contest of the day ended with Okwapeman Senior High securing the highest score of the day, 56 points, after leading in all rounds. Their closest contender, Abomuso Senior High School, also qualified with 45 points. For the 7 schools that made it through, the journey to the national stage has only begun, and for those who are unable to make it, there's always another shot. The competition is tough, but the passion is even tougher. For Joy News, my name is Adobe Asari.
Let's do business updates now, and we have to start from what's happening on the currency market. Well, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, COPEC, is calling on government to reconsider and reduce some of the existing taxes on petroleum products as it prepares to implement the 1 cedi levy on every litre of petrol and diesel starting today, July 16. COPEC is also predicting that prices of petroleum products will increase by about 8% at the pumps from today. Speaking to Joy Business, Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, emphasized that scaling down current taxes is necessary to cushion consumers.
Not foresee any of the oil marketing companies wait even an hour past midnight tonight, because any product that will be picked from this midnight per the GRA directive would attract the 1 Ghana cedi levy. And I know for a fact that none of the OMCs would want to shelve this 1 Ghana cedi, and offset it anyway, anyhow. So I am certain that by midday tomorrow, most of them would have adjusted their pumps already, because clearly GRA will be on their necks. Clearly they would need the money to be able to offset their tax liabilities with the state. And so Unlike in previous instances where prices declined and it takes them 2 days, 3 days sometimes for it to reflect, we are likely to see these adjustments reflect by 6 a.m. tomorrow across most of the OMCs. There's a tax component on petrol that clearly can be scaled down. It's called the UPPF, which is the fund used to pay for the transporters that move product across the country. What they are being paid is about 45 pesos, yet the UPPF fund is collecting almost 90 pesos a litre. There are some inbuilt taxes in there that is going into individual pockets. We want the government to pursue that and ensure that whatever monies that is not coming to the state is not, helping the consumer. They take it off so that the 1 Ghana cedi can be accommodated reasonably. Anything other than this, I foresee a situation where in the future, if international market prices do go up, the public could be up in arms against the 1 Ghana cedi. But in the interim, the price build-up gives us an indication of what we could do to come down further on prices so that the consumer does not even feel the brunt, full brunt of the 1 Ghana cedi levy in force tomorrow.
Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Siama, has promised that the central bank will, in the coming weeks, be taking some drastic measures to halt dollarization of the Ghanaian economy. He maintains that central bank will take more measures to prioritize the use of the cedi in the economy. Dr. Siama made this known at the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting.
The more value we keep within Ghana, the stronger the cedi becomes. And the more sustainable our macroeconomic trajectory, therefore. And so we want to encourage everyone. Let us embrace the local currency. If you go to South Africa, you have no choice but to use what? The rand. You go to Kenya, you use the shilling. We call it an endogenous variable. It is because everybody is running away from it. Everybody is taking, investment decisions to avoid the cedi, and therefore the cedi will be weak. But if we re-engineer our thoughts, and if we recalibrate how we form our projections about the cedi, I believe the cedi can be as good as any other currency out there.
And we have to end with what's happening on the commodities market on the business update.